Made with Unity, Unity Club Edition. All right, so I'm booting your game now. But one of the things that I do in my channel is mainly try to avoid pretty much anything about a game before I go into it. But I did actually get to see some of this because I was lurking and trolling in Kitty's channel when she was playing this and trying off some of the games before setting up the show. So I know about it a little bit. As far as I understand, it takes input in the form of text poetry and then makes a level around it.
Yeah. I started doing this in late June and like mid-June, and I sort of started because I'm fascinated with procedural generation, so I started doing stuff, and it basically it generates a world. It uses the poem as not only the seed for the random number generator, so it uses the hash of the poem, which is all sorts of weird, complicated stuff that I don't really understand. I'm just like, okay, convert the text file into a string, feed it into C#'s built-in hash function.
Wow. Okay.
And so it takes, and then it also, it's easier to explain once you get into the game, but basically it builds the world around the poem that you put in. So I've included a bunch of poems in the game by default, sure. Several of my favorites. But you can also drop text files containing poems into the game, into the poems folder.
Yeah, I saw that. I was contemplating doing that and embarrassing myself. We might do that after I try one of these.
Yeah. Some of them. So yeah, you can see a little time estimate of how long it will take. That's not perfect, but it's pretty close.
Okay. So what does that mean in regards to time it takes? Like.
Yeah. So
size of the level, or if you want me, I'll load in one and then we'll start.
Yeah, you can load in like a reasonably short one. I don't really know.
I'll do Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll.
That's one that always everybody jumps for.
Yeah.
If you had Vogon poetry in there by default.
Yeah. I've been
saying.
I've been thinking a lot. Oh, is it breaking? Is it broken now?
It's going.
Okay, good.
My face was in a block. Whoa! I fell.
Oh dear.
It's floating away from me.
I'm having to deal with Twitch delay. So.
There's blocks. They're just floating away. Okay. So what am I doing at this point? Am I just exploring this world that is made?
Yeah, this weird abstract world that I put together with my own two fists. And so basically, you can see all of these pillars that are coming up out of the ground, and each of those represents a line in the poem. So it's made out of the same number of blocks as there are words in the line that it corresponds to, and each block is sized according to the word that it corresponds to. So you can just sort of explore. It's one of those weird artsy games that nobody ever plays. I'm that kind of person.
I'm trying to get the music. It's just a little low in regards to what I can show off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, the music is also all procedurally arranged. It was all composed by my friend Matt. And actually, just now,
it sounds pretty good. I mean, in regards to being the procedurally generated music, like.
Yeah. I had virtually nothing to do with that. I basically just
that's the best part of this game is the music. I just wanted you to know.
Yeah, it's lovely, and I don't feel bad about talking about how amazing the music is because I had nothing to do with it. Basically he's in the chat. He's Ignifluous, and he wrote all the music. I basically just messaged him on Twitter and was like, "Yo, you want to write some music for a game that I'm making?" And actually, just now, and by just now I mean literally like 15 minutes ago, I went and got a burrito and came back and did this. I put up the soundtrack on the game's itch page. So if you pay $10, so the game is normally $5, but if you pay $10 or more, you can also get, I just linked it in the chat, you can also get the soundtrack with all of the original arrangements that Matt made for it, because the game kind of butchers them and mashes them around into something that sounds weird.
I love the idea of it. I mean, one of my first introductions to that was actually getting to know Kitty and Robot with their music, which is a bunch of different arrangements that are put together procedurally, and it's great.
Yeah, we were talking in Skype about how to do the music, and because
people are excited about your burrito.
I know, right? Burritos are the best. for some reason when I get sick, I get really hungry, so I just went and ate just like a giant burrito.
I have a strong desire to run off the edge. Oh.
You can go ahead. You can do whatever you want. You'll.
I died. I think I did it right as it was ending.
So.
I'm going to Ozymandias.
Oh yeah, Ozymandias is one of my favorite poems of all time. I love that.
So how? I mean, when you picked these default ones that are in here, like, do you have? Are you become attached to the level that gets created? Because I'm assuming procedurally this is the same each time, right?
It's very similar each time, but because of some weird quirks of the generation, it's not identical. But they tend to generate similar levels. So like Sharon, the one that's by Lord Dunsany that's in there generates these weird, like, because the lines in it are really long, so it generates these really tall pillars, and it's a short poem, so it's a really small level.
Okay.
So the size of the level goes up. Basically, it's the number of blocks in it goes up with the log of the length of the poem, so it doesn't get completely out of control, but it means that with longer poems it gets a bit cramped. I couldn't figure out a way around that because I made this game in about a month. I started making it because I was just sort of screwing around in Unity, and it turned out with this. I actually released it for a friend's birthday, who is lovely. Her name is Rachel, and she's not watching right now because she couldn't make it to the show, but she'll probably watch it later. So I just wanted to say hi to her. So yeah, I picked the poems. So when I originally started making this game, I was going to do Bible verses. I'm not religious, but I find the Bible fascinating.
Me too.
So,
that's so cool.
Yeah. I had like the first GIF that I made of this game in development. I have saved on my computer as the sparks fly upwards, because that's one of my favorite Bible verse is from the book of Job, and it is, for man is born to trouble like the sparks fly upwards. It's a good one.
So how did that work with the engine here?
So that was before I had the idea of using the text files as seeds. So I would put it in and it would generate the pillars, and it would generate the world based on how many verses that I put in. But I found that it wasn't really that engaging. So I was just like, so I started trying to write my own.
Oh, I just hacked your game. I'm on a pillar that's floating.
Oh dear. You broke it. They do disappear eventually.
Oh no.
So you'll just drop.
Okay. Oh.
But you can also just jump off.
I'm gonna try to land on that down there. This is the greatest thing ever made. Oh no!
Oh dear. So I tried writing some stuff myself, but I'm not a particularly strong writer, especially of this kind of poetic stuff. So I started putting in poems that I like. The first one that I put in was Ozymandias, and that worked really well. So I started putting in some more, and it just sort of built from there. And suddenly, I had this thing, and I started posting about it on Twitter. And originally, I wasn't even sure if I was going to release it. But I posted it on Twitter, and a bunch of people were like, "Whoa, dude, this looks super cool." So I decided that, hey, maybe other people want to play this, and this is literally the first time anybody's ever paid attention to anything I've ever done. So
it's a good feeling.
So it's kind of wild, because I released this game and then it got written about in Boing Boing and on Kill Screen and on Rock Paper Shotgun, and this silly idea that I had sitting around, messing with Unity has suddenly become this thing that's actually kind of a big deal.
Someone was asking if there's some of the graphics are off, but I think I have everything on.
Yeah.
Vignette, camera.
Yeah, by default everything's on, and I also
my computer should handle it. Let's be all right.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I mean, as you call it, it's one of the arty type games, which is more, obviously introspective and stuff. You're supposed to kind of. I honestly would like to sit, like, I know that we're doing it on a stream and everything, so it's kind of hard to do it, but like, I'd like to sit and just be quiet and like actually read the poem, like, while listening to the music that's generated. Like, yeah. I think I could get around behind that.
Someone in chat said, could you imagine this with song lyrics? And I have actually met multiple times while I was developing this, I considered including several songs that I like with it, but I decided against it. And ever since I released the game, I have been like on an almost daily basis thinking, I should have included that poem. It is with great regret that I didn't include anything by Langston Hughes. Which that's something that where like every single day I wake up and I go, man, I'm proud of this, but should have included Langston Hughes.
Well, I mean, people can add it on their own, right? And then also, as it's brought up in the chat, that's DLC, man. You don't give away for free. You put poem packs for $1 on the on Steam.
And that's the other thing is that I've put games on Greenlight before with little success, and this one I'm just like, you know what? I have a feeling this will never get on Steam, so I'm just keeping it on itch for now.
It's weird. Like I keep thinking I'm gonna just jump into these and then like talk over it because I keep thinking I've seen what it's gonna offer me, and then I'm like, I just found a little area that I'm really happy I jumped to, and I'm exploring this little poem world. Like it's great.
Yeah, that's actually super cool. It's the coolest thing for me is hearing people react to the game.
Yeah.
And like, especially when other people because you get this a lot especially with me doing this sort of artsy game kind of thing. Because I'm not a very liberal artsy person. I'm a programmer. So I read these articles that people have written, and I'm like, wow, that's really interesting, and I'm glad that you've written that, and you have put far more thought into this game than I have.
Well, I mean, every now and then there's a place for these type of games where you can just let your mind go for a minute and just explore.
Somebody in chat asked if I could feed Twitch chat into the game.
Make it auto-generate on Twitch chat?
Yes. That would be beautiful. I would love to do that, actually. That sounds like it would be a fun challenge.
More and more of these interactive procedurally generated games are coming out based on this whole world that Twitch is, and then I've been finding them more and more fascinating.
Yeah, Twitch is a wild place.
The trouble is, given anyone that's in my chat, they'll find a way to murder me in even this game if you give them the power.
Yeah.
Curly, I am fully expecting you to stream this with childhood poetry. I did it.
No,
watched.
so I honestly was gonna do it, but I was running out of time setting up, and then I found when I finally found my old poetry, it's all in Microsoft Word format, which I don't have installed. And I was like, crap, I'll do it another time. Also, it's really embarrassing crap.
Yeah.
I was an angsty teen, my friends, if you can't imagine.
Yeah.
That's why it's good, Curly.
Good angsty teen stuff. I'm very fortunate that I didn't write much poetry. I mean, I'm only 18, so I still am.
You're still angsty.
I'm still plenty angsty, but I don't do much poetry because I have always had not always, but I've had the sense to look at what I've written and be like, this should be destroyed. Nobody should ever see this. I need permission from the UN to like bring this out to a desert in Nevada and just nuke it.
No, I saw Alex turning red when she was putting her stuff in this game.
Yeah, that was really entertaining. That's she called it the best way I've ever embarrassed myself. Some of the most fun that I've had post release of this game has been finding things people are saying about the game and then putting them in the praise for Astaeria section. Like somebody said, Astaeria is a bag of dicks. 10 out of 10 would dick again.
There you go. Do you have a place for the community to like show off like stuff that's been created or to put ideas of what they've put in the
I don't have
system?
I don't have any place dedicated for that, but I've seen
Steam
lots of
forums or something.
I've seen lots of people post stuff on Twitter, and I try and retweet it when I see it. A couple of my friends have actually done YouTube videos where they do readings. My friend Sam has done that, and I'll...
Yeah, my roommate's actually an English major, and she writes poetry for like a living. I'd love to throw some of her crap in here and see what what it becomes.
Yeah, the person who I made this for, she is an English major, specializing in romantic poetry, capital R, romantic. And this poem that you're playing right now is actually her favorite poem.
Oh,
hence why it's in there.
Look at you.
Because I also love it.
Yeah, my mind keeps like just wanting to go and like just chill about it. I can't get the music louder, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd like to share it with everybody. Dude, this is cool. I think that's that. I think I have to be the guy that ends the segment though. At this point.
All right.
Alex, right? Am I doing this right?
Yeah. I feel so bad for like not giving everybody like these massive chunks of time.
Yeah.
Especially in a game like this.
I got yelled at once already from you. I don't want to get yelled at again.
Sorry. I felt like this is kind of a really nice encapsulated game. Like you really understand it very quickly. And I feel like giving people just like, 20 minutes of Astaeria is enough to kind of make them go, ooh, I want that. And then leave it there.
Yeah.
Boom. Done.
Keep them wanting more. Just give them a little bit of the hook, and then you know.
Yeah.
But I can say I will vouch for this game that when I was doing the playtesting for all of the games, I was like, all right, I'm gonna play each game for like 15 minutes, half an hour, depending on stuff, and I totally played like an hour or two of this, just putting in the poetry that I wrote when I was 15 and reliving it and regretting it.
Like I feel like I need to say that though, because I think I looked at this immediately and was like, I don't know how much I'd really find this as an entertaining game for myself, because I don't really delve deep, as you were saying, into the more of the artsy, stuff. But I'm sitting here and this time went by so quickly, and I kind of want to I just want to throw stuff into it and see what happens. Like I want to play around in the world for a little while. Get my
You guys
feet
have
wet.
no idea how happy that makes me feel to hear you say that. Because when I was making this, I'm like, man, will anybody besides me think this game is interesting?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's as I've been getting more and more into this sort of artsy fringe of games, I've been making more and more stuff like this. Specifically, this game was a lot influenced by an artist named Kitty Horror Show. You can follow her on Twitter; she's lovely. This is just me shouting out my friends. Apparently,
That's what you do.
They're all so much cooler than me.
You get a microphone and you blast your friends. That's the way you do it. It's great. Ride the coattails to the moon.
Kitty Horror Show is lovely, and she makes amazing artsy games in similar veins to this, although less procedurally generated and more angsty, which depending on your perspective may or may not be a good thing, but they're lovely.
Well,
Lovely, beautiful little world.
Thank you for letting me play this, man. This is amazing.
No problem. I had a good time, and I'm really glad that you like it. Like I have the biggest smile on my face right now.
I'm so glad.
Yay! That's awesome. We're glad we like it too.
That's what Kitty does, making smiles everywhere.
It's the cuddle basket.
All right, cut them off now before we get any more sappy.
All right, I'm gonna go play Splatoon.
Go
now.
get better,
Thanks
All
so much for coming, Emma.
and then go have some gin.
We'll have
Yeah.
some gym.
Go have
I like
some
that.
gin. Oh wait, you're
I
underage. Crap. No, sorry.